Which statement most accurately describes weather forecasting as a product? Clear logic. Your choice public goods is sound and 100% true. Aggregate collection of income with the government through various sources. Smart pick. Public revenue is the correct choice. The part of the economy that involves the transactions of the government. Well done. Public sector is the right choice. Dash deals with how a government raises revenues to meet its expenditure. Valid point. Public policy is true.
A study that compares the costs and benefits of providing a public good.
Correct response. Cost-benefit analysis is the most accurate answer. Which of the following is a negative consequence of inadequate taxation? On track. Reduced public goods and services is the correct answer. Interest corresponds to which of the following in economics and finance? Hey! Great job! Interest rate is the accurate answer.
Management of income, expenditure, and debt of an individual is called.
Solid response. Personal finance is a valid choice. What is the primary goal of public sector entities in the Philippines? Good thinking. Providing social services is the right answer. Intended to promote the stabilization and development of the economy. Good job. Your answer, fiscal policy, works well here. Which of the following is an example of a non-excludable public good? Right again, public park is a valid answer. The study of public finance also helps in analysis and evaluation of. You got it. Your choice public policy is right. The federal debt is the sum of the debt held by the public plus dash. Great thinking. The debt held by federal accounts is the right choice. Which of the following is not an assumption of the principle of Mesa? Exactly. The budget may be in surplus or deficit makes sense, and it is right choice. Which is the government's method of borrowing money in the country? Perfect. Issuance of government bonds is the correct choice. In which of the following ways can deficit in budget be financed? Excellent choice. All of the above is the right answer. Which level of government is responsible for local public finance? Correct. Local government is the right answer. Which of the following is the primary objective of public finance? Or bravo, maximize social welfare is the answer. State enterprises correspond to which of the following in English? You chose public enterprise, and it is correct. Which statement correctly describes the components of public debt? You're right. Government obligations resulting from borrowing is the correct answer. Which of the following is a finance role of local public finance? Excellent. Providing basic public services like education and healthcare is a brilliant choice. What types of aspects are measured in the public finance criteria? Nice work. You chose quantitative and qualitative, and it is correct. Who is the chairperson of the Monetary Policy Committee of India? What? Well reasoned. RB Governor is the correct choice. What is the main cause of increased mobility of sports franchises? Nice selection. Franchises being seen as centerpieces of urban development is the correct and valid answer. Which of the following is a component of government expenditure? Strong choice. Transfer payments is the right answer. Which of the following is an example of national public finance? Well picked. Developing a national transportation system is the correct answer. Which school of economics considers public debt to be necessary? Sharp thinking. Keynesian school is the right choice. Finance Commission consisting of Dash chairman and Dash members. Smart move. 1-4 is an accurate answer. Which of the following is an example of discretionary spending? Nicely done. Public safety spending is a solid answer. According to Musgrave, the major functions of public finances. Right choice. All the above is the best answer. Which is the agency responsible for overseeing monetary policy? Nicely done. Central bank is a solid answer. The functions of public finance is called the function of Dash. Right choice. Fiscal is the best answer. International monetary policy involves which of the following? Sharp thinking. Balance of payments is the right choice. Which one of the following is not a type of deficit finance? Good thinking. Capital deficit is the right answer. Which of the following is not a component of public finance? Solid response. Public finance is a valid choice. 10 public finance try to solving economic problems such as. Right again. All of the above is a valid answer. The central government budget is presented in Lok Sabha by. Smart move. Finance minister is an accurate answer. Dash are the major sources of revenue for the government. You're right. Tax is the correct answer, which is not an important component of national finance. Smart pick. State enterprise expenses is the correct choice. Which of the following is an element of monetary policy? You chose interest rates, and it is correct. Which of the following is an element of public revenue? Clear logic. Your choice taxes is sound and 100% true. The finance minister presents the central budget in the. You got it. Your choice Lok Sabha is right. What is the role of the central bank in public finance? Excellent choice. To regulate the money supply and interest rates is the right answer. Dash is a new technique for the preparation of budget. On track. Zero-based budgeting is the correct answer. Public expenditure refers to expenditures made by Dash. Correct. Public authorities is the right answer. Non-tax revenue of central government doesn't include. Correct response. Revenue generated by corporate sector is the most accurate answer. Which of the following is a type of transfer payment? Great job. Social Security benefits is the accurate answer. Which of these is not an objective of public finance? Valid point. Compulsory salary payments to citizens of an economy is true. Who has power to sign 1 rupees paper note in India? Well picked. Finance Secretary is the correct answer. 6 mostly independent from the political process, dash. Nice work. You chose monetary policy and it is correct.
What is the role of fiscal policy in public finance?
Well reasoned. To stabilize the economy through government spending and taxation is the correct choice. What are not the characteristics of public goods? Strong choice. Rival is the right answer. What is the only objective of private finance? Exactly. To get profit makes sense and it is right choice. Public expenditures of the government include. Perfect. A and C is the correct choice. Functional finance concept was introduced by. Nice selection. Keynes and Lerner is the correct and valid answer. The government manages public finance through. Good job. Your answer fiscal finance works well here. Q1's public finance addresses the process of. Bravo. A collection of taxes is the answer. Public finance is divided into dash branches. Excellent. 2 is a brilliant choice. Credit to private individual finance is dash. Great thinking. Limited is the right choice. 3 public economics study all answers except. Well done. Private pensation is the right choice. What type of product is cable television? On track. Member-only products is the correct answer. Public finance cycle includes all except. You're right. Public auction is the correct answer. The Chancellor of the Exchequer is dash. Correct response. The Oki's Minister of Finance is the most accurate answer. The quantitative aspects are related to. Excellent choice. Total debt, external debt, and internal debt is the right answer. Which is not a tool of fiscal policy? Right choice. Money supply is the best answer. Which is the key word of the lesson? Strong choice. Public finance is the right answer. What does the word public debt mean? Valid point. Public debt is true. The goals of public expenditure are. Correct. Both A and B is the right answer. An example of a public good is dash. Smart move. All of the above is an accurate answer.
1. The roles of government are dash.
You got it? Your choice all of the above is right. Public expenditure is subject to. Well done. Diminishing marginal social benefit is the right choice. Government expenditure consists of. Solid response. Operating expenditure and development expenditure is a valid choice. A deficit budget occurs when dash. Right again. The government's total expenditure exceeds revenue is a valid answer. Scope of public finance includes. Nice selection. All the options is the correct and valid answer.
Choose the correct statement.
Perfect. Union Finance Minister is the chairman of GIST Council is the correct choice. Public debit is formed when? Smart pick. Public expenditures exceeds public income is the correct choice.
Public authorities includes.
Good thinking. All of these is the right answer. Wagner's law is related to. Excellent. Public expenditure is a brilliant choice. To put money into the bank. Well reasoned. Deposit is the correct choice.
What is public debt?
Sharp thinking. Public debts are loans taken by the government is the right choice. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Great job. Contact Narayan Changder is the accurate answer.